the defending champion, the all-new Yamaha YZ450F.
What's up guys, Trevor Hunter here at Dirt Bike Test. Today we're at the 6 Hours of Glen Helen and we're racing this 2023 Honda CRF450RX. Over the past couple years we've been using this race as kind of like a proving grounds for our stock off-road race bikes. This race usually has it all. It's got motocross tracks, it's got fire roads, it's got single track, got two track, rocks. It brought pretty much everything you could want or need in an off-road race course. It has it, and it starts out smooth, but by the end of the day, after the 6 hours is over, it gets pretty rough. So overall, it'll be a really good test of how well this Honda 450RX will handle under race conditions, and we're excited to go racing. So kind of to talk about the few changes we made from completely stock. The first thing we did was we put different front tire on. We went from the AT81, which is a little, it's got a stiffer sidewall, carcass feel. The traction isn't all that great for our West Coast conditions. And we went from that to a MX-33, and that really changed the bike. That kind of that softer feel, plusher feel, it really almost felt like you took clicks out of the suspension or something. Like it really transformed the bike into something that was deflecting and just felt harsh to something that was a little more supple and plush and kind of would roll through the bumps and the rocks and everything. And kind of on the same line, we went from the stock menthol fat bar to the Pro Taper Carmichael Evo Bend handlebars. And once again, just like the tire, it was night and day difference of how much plusher and more comforting and compliant the front end of the bike felt with those handlebars. We originally went to the handlebar just for a different bend to kind of get away from that 839 bend. But the Carmichael, the Evo handlebar from Pro Taper, felt a lot plusher, a lot smoother, less feedback to the rider, less rigid, just overall just helped this Honda chassis out, which it kind of needed. And stock trim wasn't a terrible bike, but it wasn't as far from great, I feel like. And with just those two changes, it really opened this bike up. And after we put the different handlebar and the different tire on, it felt race ready. Whereas before, it would have been hard pressed to race this thing. So, and then our third and kind of big change, they're all cost-effective changes and seemingly small changes, but the third kind of bigger change we made is from gearing. Went from 1350, which is stock, to 1452. So we went up on both ends. And what that did was it smoothed out the power, broadened the power. It's got this motocross transmission, so you kind of run through the gears pretty quick. So it's smoothing out that power, which in turn helps smooth out the chassis as well. And I think going bigger on both ends of the sprockets also helps smooth out the chassis. So that was another really good change. This bike is very fast, kind of a little abrupt in power at times. So smoothing that out really helped a lot. And yeah, all these changes we did are on this bike for a reason. We dropped the forks to flushing the clamps, run and sag around 105 and 108 for a little more stability. This bike corners really well, but it sacrifices some stability. So we're looking for a little more stable at high speed, especially for out west. So those are like the big changes we made. We got an IMS dry brake on here to go the extra distance, as well as the quick pit stops for today and our future racing endeavors on this bike. And something cool on this bike is we have the modified Machine Works, has like a prototype dry brake receiver they're coming out with the built-in vent, kind of new gas cap or dry brake cap, all just one piece, and it's really clean and Sano. And they're building a prototype right now, so we're testing it out, and we'll see how that works as well. So overall, this bike has gotten a lot better from day one. We weren't all that pleased with it, but now we feel pretty comfortable and confident in racing it. And yeah, we're ready to go racing, and we'll see how it performs.
If you liked what you saw in this video, come check us out over at dirtbiketest.com on the webs. We have bike tests, product tests, a lot of fresh dirt, and you can even support us by clicking through our links. Hopefully, we'll see you out in the trail.